Stop everything. I've got 3 massive Leicester City stories for you. Listen to this. Leicester City complete a deadline day swoop as a Newcastle star arrives to fix the defense. Leicester City seal a Chelsea striker, signing in a last-gasp transfer shock, and Leicester's chances of rehiring Maresca have just massively improved, so stay till the end. I'm passionate about Leicester, and I'll keep everyone up to date with the latest Foxen news every day. Hit subscribe and join in. So Leicester City have finally pulled the trigger, and honestly, it feels like a moment that's been brewing for weeks. Jamal Lascelles is a Fox. Deadline day swoop, experienced center half, and straight into the middle of a defense that has been crying out for help louder than a siren at 3 in the morning. Let's not dress this. 24 championship matches without a clean sheet. That is brutal. That is unacceptable for a club of Leicester's size, and everyone inside King Power Stadium knows it. This signing isn't about vibes. It isn't about marketing. It's about stopping the bleeding. Lascelles arrives from Newcastle on a permanent deal, short-term contract until the end of the season, and he's expected to be the first of 3 new faces coming through the door. 32 years old, over a decade at Newcastle, more than 250 appearances, and captained them for years. That tells you everything about his man. Leaders don't grow on trees, and let's enjoy this little detail for a second. Newcastle signed him from Nottingham Forest all those years ago. Yes, Forest. So technically, we've just taken something that once belonged to them and turned it into a Fox. Poetry. Now, look at the situation he's walking. Wout Faes off to Monaco on loan. Yannick Vestergaard injured. Harry Souttar injured. Caleb Okoli suspended for the trip to Birmingham. That left Leicester staring at Ben Nelson and a teenage fullback, Beto Luco, as a potential center-back pair. That's not squad planning. That's crisis management. So Lascelles isn't being brought in to sit on the bench and find his rhythm. He's being brought in to play, possibly straight away, because Leicester simply do not have the luxury of patience. Of course, there is a concern. The elephant in the room, fitness. He missed the entire of last season with an ACL injury. Since returning, he's only made 2 substitute appearances back in September. That's it. No rhythm, no run of games, no momentum. But here's the flip side. You don't captain a Premier League club for years without having serious character. You don't play more than 250 matches at that level without knowing how to organize, talk, shout, and lead a backline. And right now, that voice might be just as important as his tackle. This signing feels like Leicester admitting something. The pretty football can wait. The rebuild can wait. First, we have to stop conceding goals like it's a charity drive. So let me throw this straight at you, Fox's fan. Would you rather see Jamal Lascelles thrown straight into the starting 11 to bring leadership and steel, even if he's not fully match sharp? Or should Leicester protect him physically and risk continuing this defensive nightmare? Hit that subscribe button if you're passionate about Leicester and want to stay up to date. So Leicester City have pulled another one out of the hat right at the death. And this one definitely raised a few eyebrows. Duhan Richards is a Fox. Loan deal from Chelsea, Jamaica International. And finally, Leicester bring in a striker after spending the entire window telling everyone that a number 9 was top of the shopping list. Let's be clear, this came out of nowhere. The deal only surfaced in the final hours of deadline day and was confirmed almost 24 hours later. Classic transfer window chaos, but Richards becomes the 4th signing of this window, following Joe Aribo, Jamal Lascelles, and Divine Mukasa through the doors at King Power Stadium. The rebuild is quietly taking shape. Now Richards is the least experienced of the lot. He hasn't played a senior club match in England yet. Chelsea signed him from Jamaica back in January 2024, and he was immediately thrown into their under-21 side. And to be fair, he made noise. 7 goals in 10 Premier League, 2 matches when he first arrived. That's not nothing. Then came the nightmare. ACL injury, entire season wiped out. Long road back. This season he's returned. 2 goals in 11 appearances for Chelsea's under-21s. And interestingly, he's been used mostly as a right winger rather than a central striker. So what does that tell you? Leicester haven't signed a ready-made goal machine. They've signed a project, a gamble, a profile play. Because we all know what City actually wanted. A proven striker to rival Jordan Ayew and Patson Daka. For weeks, it looked like it might be Michail Antonio. He was training at Seagrave, getting fit. The story was practically written. Then he picked up a muscle injury, and that idea collapsed. After that, attention shifted to Ibrahim Diabate, joint top scorer in Sweden's top flight last season. Plenty of noise about advanced talks, plenty of rumors, no deal. And now, Out of the shadows comes Dujuan Richards. Is he the prolific forward supporters we're dreaming of? No, let's not pretend otherwise. But is this a low-risk move with upside? Absolutely. It's a loan. No massive financial commitment. No long-term handcuffs. If he explodes, Leicester look clever. If he doesn't, you move on. Sometimes windows aren't about landing the superstar. Sometimes they're about finding hunger, pace, and potential, and hoping you strike gold. So here's the big question for you, Foxes fan. Are you excited by Leicester taking a calculated gamble on young talent like Dujuan Richards? Or should the club have pushed harder for an experienced, proven striker to lead this promotion charge? Hit like, hit that subscribe button if you're passionate about Leicester and want to stay up to date. This story just keeps getting crazier, and honestly, you can feel the tension rising around King Power Stadium. The managerial merry-go-round has taken another sharp twist, and suddenly, something that felt impossible a few weeks ago is now being whispered with real belief. Enzo Maresca, coming back to Leicester City. Let that sink in for a sec. Since Martí Cifuentes' expected exit, the betting markets have gone into meltdown. Names flying everywhere. Gary Rowett, Russell Martin, Vitor Pereira, Lee Carsley, even wild shouts like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Steven Gerrard. It feels like someone threw a dart at a wall full of managers and said, why not? But the noise is now settling around a clear group. Andy King, our own, trying to steady the ship. Chris Coleman, Rowett, Russell Martin, and towering above all of them, dominating every fan forum, every pub conversation, every late-night WhatsApp chat. Enzo Maresca, and I get it. You get it. Every Foxes fan gets it, despite what happened at Chelsea. Despite him being shown the door on New Year's Day, Maresca is still the one that got away for Leicester City. The man who gave us identity. The man who gave us control. The man who built the side that marched to the championship title in 2024, playing football that actually looked like football. Yes, Enzo Ball isn't always firework. It can be slow, it can be patient, it can test your blood pressure. But it works. It gives structure. It gives clarity. And right now, Leicester are crying out for both. Here's the bombshell. Reports suggest Leicester have already made contact about a sensational short-term return, not just a phone call for a chat. Proper discussions with a lucrative, incentive-based package on the table to try and tempt him back to LE2. That alone tells you how desperate and how serious. Of course, there are massive hurdles. Maresca's salary, his reputation, his long-term ambition. He's been linked with Tottenham. Some even believe he could end up at Manchester City one. So asking him to drop back into the championship, to pick up a struggling Leicester side sitting in 14th, is a gigantic ask. But football isn't just logic. Football is emotion, and Leicester City is unfinished business. A Maresca return wouldn't just be another appointment. It would be a statement. It would be the chairman standing up and saying, I know we got this wrong, and I'm willing to fix it properly. Do or die. So let me ask you this, Foxes fan, and I want honesty. Would you welcome Enzo Maresca back with open arms, even after everything that's happened? Or should Leicester City cut ties with the past and build a brand new future instead? Hit like, hit that subscribe button if you're passionate about Leicester and want to stay up to date.